Hello everybody, Ed0626, and I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. So, before I get into this commentary, let me just say a couple things, some house cleaning things, if you will. First off, check me out on all the social media stuff you see down in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, if I ever start streaming on there again. But I do have a lot of stuff you guys can check out. Of course, you can always check out and support the 69 Whiskey Podcast. Most of the links that we have from the platforms we're on are also in the description, so you can, whatever your preferred podcast platform is, whether, it's Spotify, Apple, Google, that sort of shit, you guys can always check us out. So, and of course, rate us and share us around, because we're definitely starting to grow on a worldwide scale, which I love. So keep sharing us around with your friends if you enjoy the show, and of course rate us on Apple and wherever other places you can, leave a 5-star review and such. It definitely helps a lot of us out, and those who are involved in the show give it their heart and soul, and it would definitely mean a lot if you guys can support us in that endeavor. Gameplays you see in the background. First one is Rush on Twisted Steel. I'm not the biggest fan of Twisted Steel, but for Rush, it was a fucking fun game, and I love Rush in general on Battlefield 5. I don't know why they did not make it a permanent mode, to my knowledge. I just enjoy it so much better than Conquest in this game, and Breakthrough as well I loved this over Conquest, so those are really the only two modes I ever really had a lot of fun playing, to be honest with you. But I hope you guys enjoy that. And then the next game is Empire's Edge. I was playing as a medic with my buddy Hollowpoint, whose links will also be located in the description as well. So without further ado, today's commentary is going to cover a lot of wishlist stuff regarding Battlefield 5. Now, to my knowledge, at the point of me making this video, there hasn't really been much leaks and rumors regarding Battlefield 5. So, and I hope there's none coming up in the next week or so that I have making this video, when this video releases. But regardless, this is just my personal wish list for Battlefield 6. I think I'm saying Battlefield 5. I don't fucking know. I don't care to redo this commentary right now. So, without further ado, this is my wish list for Battlefield 6. Number 1, better revive system. Now, as a lot of you guys know, over the years, I have been calling myself the best medic in Battlefield. Now, part of it's a joke, part of it is actually very factual. During my days playing Battlefield 1, a buddy of mine I was playing with at the time, Herc Chief, some of you guys may know him from previous videos, back in the old days in like 2016. There was a thing that he told me from like a stat checker on Battlefield, some Battlefield stat checker, and he said, Matt, did you know you're top 10% in the world for medic right now? And I'm not sure if it was worldwide or just specifically on PlayStation 4, but I always took great pride in that, and since then there was a joke between me and my friends, because from that point on, I called myself the best medic in Battlefield. However, a lot of my friends trying to troll me, they were like, oh, I'm the best medic, and they would just love how I would seethe every time they said that. But either way, being a medic was something that was very important to me. It's how I got a lot of some of the best scores I ever got in certain game modes. And Battlefield 5, it really didn't, it really didn't pop off with medic for me. I mean, I liked the weapons and stuff, but they made being a medic a lot slower and a lot more, I don't want to say aggressive, but they made medic being a lot slower and a lot more in your face than I would have particularly liked to be. So for that reason alone, I was kind of like, medic wasn't my go-to in Battlefield 5. So with Battlefield 6, I would hope for more of a return to a quicker revive, because I hate the animation, dude. The animation just takes too fucking long sometimes, especially when you are, some sort of, especially when you're, whether even you're not a medic, even when you're in the squad, the revive with, let me help you up there, buddy. Let me take my sweet time while I can probably get shot in the back by an enemy coming up behind me any second now. That stuff annoyed the fuck out of me, so I really would have preferred if they make it a lot quicker. I'm not against squad reviving. I might touch on that later on in this video, but I'm not against squad reviving. I just want it to be quicker, and I want the reviving in general to be quicker, so that I can get back to doing what I know I'm best at, and that's being a medic. Although I was not a good teammate right there, as I threw that grenade right back to that guy, as I did not even realize it, but I made sure I revived him right after the fact, and I died for him too, so thanks a lot, buddy. That's a perfect example of what I'm trying to say with this medic business. Next up, we have spotting. Battlefield spotting has been an issue for me for a while in Battlefield. I'm not against the idea of spotting in the game. I'm against the idea of spotting for the entire team to see. If I'm doing something, I don't want the fucking team, the whole enemy team to know where I am. If it's squad spotting, I'm totally okay with that. I think, and of course I want spotting to be easier where I'm not button smashing the whole time, trying to get someone's attention and shit. Battlefield 1 had a severe issue with spotting, in my opinion. I'm not sure if they changed the range on it, but it was really annoying to try and spot people that were almost directly in front of me. And Battlefield 5, I fucking hated spotting in this game. The fact that there was no spotting made this game incredibly abysmal, considering there were so many visibility issues with this game. And I still sort of come back to it and I'm like, fuck, I can't see this guy even though he's right in front of me. Like, for instance, the one guy that was laying on the ground a few minutes ago that shot me, I didn't fucking see him. I couldn't even see him at all. But I just wanted to, I just want to let you guys know that I think spotting's important for Battlefield in the long run, and I just want them to do a better job implementing it. I can't see why now, with all the new technology, they can't implement only specific squads or squad spotting, excuse me, specifically, so that way the whole team doesn't know where you are, but those 4 or 5 people that are with you in the squad. That's if the squad is even playing together to begin with. Which goes to my next point, which is an emphasis on the squad play. Now, I'm sure a lot of us realize that over the years, especially I think since BF1, squad play has more or less deteriorated to a point where I'm not sure if it'll ever get back to the point where it used to be on like BF3, BF4. And I didn't play BF3, but I do know a decent amount of what the squad play used to be like through, watching gameplay of it, watching YouTubers play it, stuff like that. But I honestly feel like since Battlefield 1, not including myself because I always did my job, and the gameplays I have of that prove it, but squad play has been more or less abysmal for many, many years, quite a few years here in the Battlefield community, and I'm not sure if anybody else feels this way, but I certainly feel this way, especially when I'm seeing medics, 1 meter away walk right past me to go fuck off somewhere, people not taking out tanks, support guys not putting out ammo, basic stuff, no one's spotting, no one's doing what they're supposed to be fucking doing. It's just stuff like that just bothers the shit out of me. So I really wish that DICE implements something where squad play is a little bit more enforced, so to speak. I'm not sure if they really did that with Battlefield 5. I kind of feel like Battlefield 5 really didn't do much of anything in regards to squad play. That's just my opinion, because I still saw a lot of the same issues I saw in BF1. But again, that's just to each their own. I just hope that they implement certain things. I'm not sure what that is or what it could be, but I just hope that there's an emphasis in some way, shape, or form on squad play, other than just, oh, let's build a bunch of fortifications and shit. Because to be honest with you, fortifications to me don't mean shit in a game like this. If anything, it just, adding cover is good and all, especially when cover's destroyed, but for, to help your squad out. But all in all, it wasn't like my cup of tea, because to me, I just didn't like it. I don't know what it was that I didn't like it. I just didn't enjoy it as much, as crazy as that sounds. What else we got here? Modern game setting. I think everybody with a brain is ordering for this. Battlefield 4 to me is still one of the greatest games I've ever played. It reignited my love for modern, not just modern gaming, but in terms of like setting, but just first-person shooters in general, because as you all know, and I've talked about this plenty of times, I stopped playing Call of Duty when they were going through that whole phase of the jetpacks, the futuristic stuff, the shitty business practices, and I didn't really see all that much in Battlefield 4 because a lot of my buddies like Hitman and Eggy at the time were begging me to fucking buy the game. So that's what I did, and I bought the game, and I enjoyed the fuck out of it because it just gave me that love for first-person shooters again. And I think the modern setting of the game definitely attested to that. Of course, I like playing past games too, like BF1. There will never be another World War I game like Battlefield 1, as loose as an interpretation as it was at times. But all in all, it was still a lot more fun than Battlefield 5. I mean, Battlefield 5 came out at a time when Call of Duty World War II was also coming out, or was already out at the time, and that really did not sit well with a lot of people in the gaming community. It's like, fuck, we got 2 World War II games coming out at the time, and even Battlefield 5, can you even really call it a World War II game? And I'll get to that in a few minutes. It was just fucking stupid, man. I mean, modern games is what it needs to be. I mean, look at the success. As much as I dislike the games, look at the success that Modern Warfare and even Cold War was said to have. And I say was said to have because I really do believe like those earnings calls and some of the earnings calls and shit like that was a little bit of bullshit, because they are also one of the most hated titles in Call of Duty history. So I don't know how legit I actually take those, but you know, it is what it is. Compelling single player. Now, a lot of people are saying they don't want single player, but I don't know, man. I mean, I think I have yet to play a Battlefield game with a very compelling single player, you know, mode. I will say I think the most compelling experiences I got in single player was definitely coming from Battlefield 1, because there were a lot of great fucking stories in the War Stories mode. Battlefield 5, unless you're talking about The Last Tiger, not as much. But even Battlefield 4 had its moments, but Battlefield 4 was more or less it felt disjointed to me. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but it just didn't feel like it didn't really compel me like other game modes have compelled me, especially since I've been playing a lot of Get Fucked Buddy. That guy gets smacked. What was he trying to do there? But especially since I played games like Red Dead 2, GTA 5, in the process of playing Ghost of Tsushima, and will eventually play Spider-Man PS4 Remastered and Miles Morales, which I heard are also great fucking games narratively and gameplay-wise. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really want a Battlefield game with great single-player aspects, and I think the last time we ever really got that, and I wasn't there for this because I didn't start playing Battlefield until BF4, but Bad Company 2 is always brought up in this conversation. And I would have loved to have played Bad Company 2 if that was the case, because I heard it was fucking great. Like, really memorable characters, really great banter between soldiers. That's the type of shit I like to see. I think that's why I fell in love with games like Red Dead 2 so much, because the banter and the dialogue between the characters felt so real and genuine. It was just so fucking good. But yeah, I need that. I need that compelling single player to hold me over. Especially since COD has been doing that a little bit better as of late since the debacle of Black Ops 4, but who knows. No Battle Royale. Please, for the love of God, do not make a Battle Royale. I've only played Firestorm like twice, and I hated it every single time. Firestorm should not have ever been made, and I think it only took away from more things that could have been done for Battlefield 5 in general. And of course, because as soon as it started, or as soon as it, you know, dropped, it fucking died like almost instantaneously, because it was, people were like, oh, it's behind a paywall, why the fuck would I bother playing that? I just wouldn't prefer no Battle Royale in general, because I think Battle Royales are well overdone and boring, and they're not fun to play for the most part, in my opinion. Sure, they've been popular for a while, but I think a lot of people are starting to realize that really all Battle Royale games more or less play the same, and they just want a different experience than what they've been getting. We just want a good multiplayer, man. I don't give a fuck about Battle Royale, especially in this new Battlefield. This new Battlefield's more or less make or break for DICE and EA for the series, especially after Battlefield 5, which I'll talk about very soon. But just stop fucking around, man. Just stop fucking around with this Battle Royale shit and give us good, solid multiplayer. Next up, only be available for next-gen consoles, other than PC, obviously. I think this is an important thing to discuss because, well, simple. With the talk of the amount of detail and destruction that is coming into this game, there's got to be better hardware for it. I don't see this next Battlefield dropping for PS4 and Xbox One. I can't see it, especially after the Cyberpunk-ish situation. I cannot see this dropping on last-gen consoles. For the love of God, if you're going to put it on console, PS5 and Xbox Series X is the way to go. I don't give a fuck if not a lot of people still don't have the console. I'm not going to allow a series I love be destroyed because they pulled the Cyberpunk. and a Project Red by failing to implement, changes for last-gen consoles, which killed the game because of all the bugs and shit. So, next up, custom servers. Now, custom servers are important, especially for Battlefield 4, because that's what has kept it in longevity for so long, and I think that's been very important. Battlefield 1 hasn't really done a good job of that, and Battlefield 5 I don't think has done a good job of that, rent-to-server program either. I really hope after, a few years of Battlefield 6 or whatever this next Battlefield's going to be called, I really fucking hope that they just do a better job with the server renting system, especially like how they used to do in Battlefield 4, because I still play servers that I've been playing for years on Battlefield 4 because they keep doing a good job with that system. I haven't really played, and Battlefield 1, especially Battlefield 1, I don't even touch custom servers. If I don't see an official DICE server, I'm not playing the fucking game. That's how I am. Same thing with Battlefield 5. So we need a better rent-to-server program for Battlefield 6 if they want this game to survive, which I think is why I can't really find a lot of good servers on Battlefield 1 on the East Coast. Better thought-out live service. I think this goes without saying. Honestly, Battlefield 5's live service was more or less a failure in my opinion. It did do a lot of good things towards the end, but they didn't deliver on a great World War II experience like we had hoped through this live service program. So whatever this next game's going to be, I just hope they implement a better version of what Battlefield 5's live service was going to be, because I really do believe that we had a lot of good things coming, and they just had to cancel it because of all the stuff going around with this new game that they needed all hands on deck, which at the same time I understand, but I'm disappointed, but it is what it is. Keep the politics out of the fucking game and the hype for the game. The bullshit that went into promoting Battlefield 5, I don't ever want to see in a Battlefield game again. A lot of us were disappointed, a lot of us were fucking angry, and I don't think the guy at EA or DICE, whoever the fuck said that thing where it's like, oh, if you don't like the game, if you don't like what we're gonna do, don't play it. That's what killed the game on launch. There was no way they could have gotten out of that. And I just want to keep all that bullshit, all the politics, all this garbage that everyone's, all this stupid woke bullshit out of the gaming industry for Battlefield 6. We need this game to be good. Like I said, this is the last straw for Battlefield, man. Battlefield 5 put such a bad taste in people's mouths that I will go and say if this game fails, I'm not sure if Battlefield can ever fucking recover. And that's being the god-honest truth. They need everything to go perfectly, or near perfect, with what's going on with this game. It's just a fact. Look at this fucking guy. Get stabbed, buddy. And last but certainly not least, just be a fucking fun game. Last time I had fun on Battlefield was Battlefield 1, just because the mechanics were so stupidly simple, and a lot of the stuff in the game was so stupidly simple, yet it was so fucking fun. So fun, and I really wish I can go back and play it more often, but the servers are not available as much in my area for some reason. I just love a good fucking fun Battlefield, man. Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, I just want a good fun Battlefield. Battlefield 5 was fun at times, but it wasn't as fun as other ones, and I just couldn't really enjoy it as much as I did previous games. That's all I want, is a fun fucking game in the end. I think that's all anybody wants. I think it's not too much to ask for. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Incompetence when it comes to gaming developers has prevented fun in games. Look at the situation with Call of Duty. Look at skill-based matchmaking. Just for the love of God, make the game fun to play for everybody, whether it's hardcore, whether it's casuals. I want this game to appeal to people, to most fucking people, because I think in the end, we need a game that's gonna, it's gonna cater to everybody. We do. And like I said, this is Battlefield's last straw, in my opinion. I think a lot of people feel the same way I do, but we have yet to see. So whatever this next Battlefield game is going to be called, or whatever it's going to be, I just hope that some of these, if not most of them, hopefully all of them, are going to, on this wish list that I have, these points are going to be there. Because I think we can benefit from it. I think the series will benefit from it. I think the company, EA, will benefit from it. I think DICE will definitely benefit from it, considering how at certain points in time they have not done a great job in certain regards, especially with Battlefield 5 and at the start of Battlefront 2, which they saved their ass on, and I respect that. and even in some cases with Battlefield 5. But we'll see. We have yet to see. And when that trailer finally drops, you bet your ass I'm going to be the first motherfucker to talk about it, or one of them. With that being said, I hope you all had a fantastic day, or having a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this fucking video. I know it was a little bit longer than my usual ones, but there's a lot to talk about. And there will be a lot to talk about with Battlefield in the near future. Have a great day, everybody.